The Center for Spiritual Living in Redding, California. I'm Charlie Bourne, and one of the practitioners. With me today is Reverend Sue, who will be doing the talk. But to start today's service, we invite Dalton Fitzgerald up to do an opening song. Dalton?
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You're a blessing to the world. You're a blessing to the world.
Thank you, Dalton. That was a blessing to all of us. Thank you so much. So I would like to cover a few announcements. We are Facebook Live. We're not live here in the center, although we have about maybe 5 people here. The wonderful sound team of Lindy and David, and we have Judy with the piano to help play behind the prayers. So here we are, and so we're so glad you're with us today, but we do have some important announcements, and you can always check our website. But we have the holiday gift baskets raffle that goes through December 13th. So we have a lot of baskets on display, and it's a raffle. You can either phone into the office and buy tickets, and someone will deposit them for you. You can see pictures online of the different baskets. Or you can come in during the week, and someone will let you in, and you can buy your tickets and put your tickets in a basket. So anyway, that'll be coming up after December 13th. We'll have the raffle. We also have a CSL community outreach, Teddy Bears for Blue Santa. And what we do every year is we collect teddy bears and stuffed animals, and we give those to the Reading Police Department, and then they go out and give them to children who need that comfort of a teddy bear. So we're going to pan the teddy bears that we have so far. So this is just from last week. So even though we're partially closed, we still have a lot come in. And so you can still drop by, there's someone here every day at least, and you just knock on the door, and you can drop off your teddy bear. And we have not just teddy bears, we have others here. But anyway, it's been a very successful program every year, so we invite you to participate. And that's through December 13th. Just a reminder, we have a midweek pick-me-up Zoom call, so Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. It's an opportunity for those who want to check in with members of our community. We talk about the Sunday talk or whatever's on people's minds. And it's turned out to be a very successful venture during this pandemic time. So good opportunity. And that's in addition to the Zoom classes we offer and other opportunities through Zoom. And then we have a support nonprofits on North State Giving Day. That's Tuesday, December 1st. Anytime between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m., you go to the website, www.northstategives.org, and find Center for Spiritual Living Reading. And that's a way you can donate to the center to help support the center during this time. And because every little bit helps, and we are here to do good work. And we really appreciate all the support we can give. But you can do that on December 1st, just going to the website, northstategives.org. And then we have a class coming up with Reverend Sue MillerBorn. It's Wednesdays, December 2nd to December 30th, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's online via Zoom, and it's called The Divine Seeker. And you can find out more information about the class by going to our website or calling into the office. And just a reminder, we had our piggy reunion for the endowment fund. I don't have a pig here, and we would collect coins all year, and we bring them in to be weighed, and all those funds help the endowment fund, which helps do projects for the center, and also maintain this place for the future. So with that said, that's the end of our announcements today. Reverend Sue is going to do the reading as part of her talk. So right now we're going to invite the bell. And during the invitation of the bell, I would ask you just to kind of go in and reflect on the silence between each bell and take an opportunity to just go within. And then I'll do a prayer. So please join me in knowing that there is just one love, one Spirit, one God, everywhere present. And I know this is present here today, in this room, in this community, and in this world. As I reflect and look outside and see the beauty that surrounds us, the nature of love, the nature of God, and the nature of Spirit. And so I know that flows through each and every one of us, as us. It nurtures us. It allows and formulates the connection between all of humanity. We all have that seed of God, that seed of spirit that connects us all. And so today I allow myself to anchor into that knowing and to reflect upon the oneness that we do have in this world, the connection that we have for peace and for understanding and for growing out of our diversity and respect for all. And so I know that today is a day that's inspired. It's an inspiration for Reverend Sue to share her words for her inspirational talk. And so I allow myself to be open at the top and to listen deeply to what is shared today by Reverend Sue. So I give thanks for today, for this service, for this community, knowing that all is unfolding with grace and ease and peace. So I release these words and this treatment and this prayer into law, knowing full well it is so, and together we say, and so it is. So Reverend Sue.
Thank you, Judy. Beautiful song, Don. Thank you. And good morning. I have a reading I'm going to share that has to do with the message today, the grateful and cheerful receiver. And I'm torn between two stories, so I think I might just rush it and do both, because there's a different message in both of them. So the first one, and remember, this is not so much about the joy of giving, which is so much the prominent thought during the holidays, but think about being a joyful receiver. So once a teacher and his student went out for a walk. After a while, they reached a farm, and the student saw a pair of old torn shoes. They seemed to belong to a poor farmer who was just preparing to get back to his home after a whole day of hard work. Seeing this, the student thought of an idea to have fun, and he said, "Oh, master, why don't we hide these shoes behind the bushes and wait for the farmer to come? It'd be so much fun to watch his reaction when he will not be able to find his shoes. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be funny?" And the teacher felt bad. He looked at his student and said, "Son, it's not a good idea to play such a cruel joke with a poor person." The teacher thought for a moment and with a smile on his face said, "Son, I have a better idea. Why don't we just put some coins in each shoe and hide behind the bushes and see how the farmer reacts when he will find these coins in his torn shoes?" The student just wanted to see reaction of a poor farmer, so he did what his teacher had asked him to do, and they both hid behind the bushes just to see what the reaction would be. Well, farmer did finish his work and came to the place where he had left his shoes. He slipped his foot onto the shoe, and he felt something hard in his shoe. And when he checked, he found coins. Farmer was surprised to see the coins. And he looked at those coins in his hands and carefully started to look all around him just to see, is there someone here that's looking for these and lost them? Do they belong to someone? But he didn't see anyone, so he kept the coins in his pocket. After this, the farmer slipped his foot into the other shoe, and again he felt something hard in his shoe, and when he checked, he found even more coins. And seeing those coins, the farmer got very emotional, and tears came out of his eyes. The farmer folded his hands and looked towards the sky and said, "Oh God, 1,000 times thank you to that unknown helper who helped me in this time of need. Because of that person and this kindness and this help, I can now be able to buy medicine for my sick wife and get bread for my hungry children." The student's eyes were filled with tears listening to the farmer's words. Keeping those coins in his pocket, the poor farmer left for his home. After the poor farmer left, the teacher questioned the student and says, "Now tell me, what would have made you more happy? hiding the shoes or keeping some coins in his shoes? With tears in his eyes, he said, "Master, I will never forget this lesson you taught me today. I understand the meaning of the words. The joy of giving is much more than taking joy of giving. And it is, way to blow it. Joy of giving is much more than taking. The joy of giving is limitless. Thank you, Master." The joy of receiving is held in the story of how the farmer took upon himself to fall in gratitude for the grace of this giving. Now, the other story, not quite so, comes from a different angle, but I want you to, as I share today, it is my heart's intention that you look at all the different ways that your heart opens and closes to the different ways we are in this universe together and receiving. This story is about the cool cop from Tosha Silver. And she starts it off saying, "Yesterday I got my first speeding ticket in 20 years, going 35 in a 25 zone. But at least the cop was engaging. How often does that happen? She pulled me over and yelled in an amused Bronx accent the name of my plate. 'Hey, collie car, you ready? 'Cause I'm so totally about to love ruining your day.' After she wrote the ticket, she actually said, 'Well, listen, just take this baby home, pay it, and don't waste a minute being mad. Yeah, it's going to be pricey, like 300 smackaroos pricey, but it's all your attitude. If you trust there'll be more where this came from, there will be.'" Wow, she thought, excuse me, a cop giving abundance advice to an eerily so similar to my own that I give? I had to admit I was charmed by the wild serendipity of it all. Besides, you never know what karma is getting resolved by any event. The message to slow down was not lost during the week. In the end, I admitted that she made that ticket more fun as a debacle like this could be. She said, "Well, look, I've been doing this a long time. I want you to have a good day, whether you got a deal with me or not." And I smiled. "Well, if you wanted it that badly, you could have just given me a warning." And she winked. No, darling. I didn't want it that bad." Driving away, she yelled at the window, "Tell me again, collie car. Tell me again, will you stop being in such a hurry? 'Cause I'm be watching." Okay, how many cops can give you an expensive ticket but leave you laughing at the side of the road? Receiving cheerfully. Could you? Do you? How many times do you come across some of your challenges and it becomes woe is me instead? So the grateful and cheerful receiver. Right away, my daughter Lindy knows that this is one of my favorite movies is Finding Nemo. And one of the favorite scenes in that are those darn seagulls. And when they start, one says it first. When he sees a biscuit or he sees something that might be something he's longing for, mine. And then pretty soon there's an echo, mine, 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 mine. So the moment that Nemo's father and Dory, they're out searching for Nemo, who is lost in a lab, it's a very important message in that mine, 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 mine. Because I have recognized in this year of COVID, our society, sometimes I've been so deeply disappointed about how this is the time, instead of deeply surrendering and caring for one another, there is an atmosphere. There's a vibration of mine, 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 my rights, my privilege, mine, 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 mine. And there's a sense of deep sadness behind that, to me, in humanity. And so I invite you to kind of listen to the message today, to how you have taken this time of COVID experience and received the gifts of it as well as the challenges. So in Nemo, the challenge for Nemo's father and Dory was to learn to trust the wisdom of the seagull that was actually asking them to jump into his mouth to carry them to safety and to carry them to their son. Now, oftentimes we're met with situations in fear. Fear comes first, and we shut down, and we kind of close our vision, and we lock into something, and that's what was happening in this scene. They were smart enough as fish not to jump in a seagull's mouth, but there was a message here, and sometimes you have to go deeper and not be so headstrong in your determination, because your determination can just simply create more chaos, because there are seagulls all around them, but this was a friend. This was a friend, and in that moment, there was this opportunity to stand in the unknown and have faith in that you are being directed and that you're receiving guidance for a good that you're longing for. The good was to find Nemo. Listen for the clues so that you too can find your way to trust what you're being directed towards. The little seagull kept saying, I know Nemo, he's got a funny fin. All it takes is an intuitive moment. And Nemo's father said, he's got it, so they leap into his mouth. That leap of faith and that gratitude to receive, and the story goes on. So how well you receive is actually a determining factor on how happy you are. It has a lot to do with your sense of self-worth. Loving yourself more and being aware how you're treating yourself in every moment, especially allowing this to be revealed to you in those darker moments when we're trapped in our own head. How are you receiving life? How are you caring for yourself? And are you setting yourself up for disappointments? Some of these clues can be if you hear yourself say, this person always says, this person always does this, they always act this way. You are then becoming the victim of the outer circumstances, when indeed there is a sense of deep self-worth that we are empowered in every moment to receive the grace of the divine and to stand in the power and the truth of who we are. Brene Brown, fabulous author, a wonderful woman to read in all the different aspects of research that she does. And she has the statistics of all the thousands of people she has interviewed and studied over the years. She looked for patterns in the data. Only about 15 to 20% were people living with their whole heart. Folks who were really all in when it came to their relationships. So she decided to find out why. What qualities did these people have that made them so capable of both receiving and giving love? And when she examined the research, she discovered that these people were the ones that deeply believed they were worthy of love. They were worthy of belonging. These folks believed this regardless of any circumstance, unlike the majority of us who say, okay, I'm worthy of love and belonging a little bit, but I'll be super worthy if I get promoted, or I'll be super worthy if I lose 20 pounds. These folks believed that they were lovable and that they had a place in the world, and those beliefs translated into a specific choice they made every day. They were aware. They recognized shame, and they knew how to deal with it. They recognized vulnerability, very key, and they were willing to feel it rather than ignore it or numb it. This is Brene Brown. And an author, Debbie Blue, tags on to that. Perhaps being open to this is precisely what makes peace and love and cooperation possible. It is this openness to vulnerability that allows us to receive God. To be open to our sense of wholeness means we have to experience vulnerability. We have to find our way with shame and blame and disappointments with one another, and to rise again and to offer that deep, deep forgiveness. So I invite you, as I share some more, recall the times when you found yourself squirming and awkward when you were getting extra attention. Only after the fact, you go and you're ignoring it and people are telling you, yeah, that was fabulous. And then you think that you're taking it in, but then you walk away and you find somebody, how was I? Was I good enough? After you just were showered with these graceful words, "How was I?" Are you open to receive? Do you sometimes feel indebted if someone is giving you a big gift? "You got me this?" Can you just receive it? Are you grabbing it? Or are you holding it away from you? Are you just receiving it for what it is? I remember Peggy Brockworth got Charlie and I a beautiful monetary gift when we went on our cruise. It was substantial, and I said, "I'll give this to the church." She goes, "No, I want you to have it." I was like, "You want me to have this?" And it was very awkward to receive that gift for a moment, but then all she had was eyes of loving generosity. And I remember so carefully taking that money and buying gifts for others that I felt like I could afford because of her gift and her heart and her love of sharing. So how do you feel when that is happening? Is it too much? Is it too little? What goes on? Keep looking. Where is the physical felt sense in your body? Or do you feel like you're imposing on someone when they're the ones that offered to help you out? They reached out. "Oh, no. Oh, no. You can't. I couldn't possibly receive that," when you are so desperate for something to bring you some support in your journey. Now, I have watched this pattern follow me around, and I shared the story before when I was babysitting, and the guy gave me a 6-pack of Pepsi because that's the company he worked for. That's what I would receive. He tried to pay me, and I said, no, my God, you gave me a 6-pack. Oh my God, how could I possibly receive anything else? And I remember walking away. Well, dang it, I still do it to this day. I still recognize the ways when people say, "How much can we pay you for this? How much do you charge? How much are your yoga classes?" And I told you this before as well. For a long time, they were $3, and I went up to $5. That's been 25 years ago. They're still $5. But I feel like what I receive out of that $5 is so much more. So I am content with that, and it's not selling yoga for less or undermining another teacher, because I support the livelihood of the artistry of the Tai Chi and the yoga practices. They're well worth the investment of your time and your money. But I just watch myself squirm. That's mine to work out, thinking it's more polite to just keep it the way it is and not disturb anything. But is it? It only is that way if your heart is settled with it. Because if you're worried about underlying thoughts, what will they think of me if I? Just boldly recognize when you have the opportunity to be so honest about what you feel your livelihood is worth. And I speak to those that are out in that world as sole proprietors of what they're doing, what gift they have. You are worthy. And when you declare that worth, people are eager to pour back upon you. So we're not focused on getting and wanting or imposing, but we're reminding ourselves, what is mine to appreciate here? And what happens when I'm continuing to allow this receiving capacity to be thwarted? Listen to these few things. We cannot be emotionally healthy if we cannot accept the blessings coming our way. When we refuse to receive, we are left empty, and then there's an opportunity for resentfulness to start to crop up inside of us. It can harm relationships. This happens because we're not able to recognize the complete kindness of the other person that they're offering. Our insecurities cannot see the pure intentions of the friends out there trying to support us, and we ignore what they're saying. And eventually, you know what? They quit saying it. They quit trying to reach out. Don't always assume that another person, just by asking to give you something, that it's going to be a burden, or they would not be offering. Accepting cheerfully is the message here, allowing it to be rewarding for yourself and for the person giving. Grateful and knowing that what it is like to give back to that person. The cycle then begins. The joy of giving, the joy of receiving, the joy of giving, the joy of receiving. That blessing song that we have sung many times at retreats. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. Simple blessing. From you I receive, to you I give. From you I receive, to you I give. And together we share. This is the principle of abundance. This is the divine hand in all that there is. So again, if we don't allow the other person this joy of giving, we are stopping that circuit. We are stomping on the flow of this divine grace. So sometimes in this, then we get resentful. Then all of a sudden, like I said, people stop asking, they stop giving, and then you resent. And then you have to see, well, now what judgments do I have? Now what's cropping up in my consciousness? What are these judgments now disturbing in me when people are trying to give? And this author of this article, she says she did a test, and she went through her head, was when she gave something. And we felt this way when we have given money to somebody that has the sign out. We have an intention. I'm giving you this, and I expect you to go buy some food, not drug, not booze. Is that giving unconditionally? Can you just give? I think about the PPP loans that the government gave out, and the anger of some of us when we were so incredibly grateful when our center received that gift to help us through this year. What a gift. It carried us through. And then say, what? People scammed it? People bought cars with it? That money was supposed to be for. Is it ours to judge? Is it ours to tangle our heart up in their karma? Just be grateful for what came our way, for what we received, and not allow ourselves to subconsciously begin to perceive what is worthy of that gift. Just let go of our judgments and just continue to give and release yourself from projecting judgments onto the giver, and find yourself thereby receiving more gracefully. People are really sincere in giving, true to their motive. They aren't just trying to be nice, they are nice. And I think when we start to allow our vibration to lift and join in that consciousness with one another in humanity, the healing and the peace continues. If you feel like you're not worthy of receiving, that isn't humility, that is denial of your self-worth. That is denial of your true potential. Focus on giving and receiving, allowing it to be a graceful channel, an ebb and a flow that forever is opening the door. And imagine what gifts are waiting for you to receive, what gifts are at the door front for you to give to others. Examine where you withdraw. You want to stand in your body with your heart open to the goodness, and knowing that there's nothing that's separating you from the river of life that flows through you as you give and receive. The river is flowing through you as you give and receive. It is the law of abundance, being consciously connected to our source. This law of abundance is an abiding principle within all the universal laws. It is ours to feel worthy to accept that. It's not just about gifts, money, things, material objects. It's about love. It's about receiving grace, support, confidence. And it's invaluable to our way of being. When we lift our vibration, that vibration is drawn into us. That is what divine energy is. That's what all this mystery is about. It's in everything. It is everything, including us, our lives, our being, the gifts we have to offer. As we have said so often, Spirit lives, moves, and has its expression within me, as me. This is the divine energy forever pulsing in me. We are that divine energy. It is that sea of love and joy and the longing for us to give from this place. So what do you deserve? What do you deserve? This whole philosophy is an invitation to look deep into the seeds that have been planted inside of your sweet subconscious. And I thought about this morning, I was thinking about where did these seeds come when you receive a gift? And right away, there's your parents saying, say thank you when you're little, say thank you. But what you heard before they said that, when somebody brings you something, oh, you shouldn't have. They hear that too. They hear that. The child is hearing, oh, what shouldn't they have done? I really want that. Why shouldn't they have done it? I think it's cool. I really want it. I just want to get in and play with that. And there's this whole dance that goes along. And then all you can hear is the parents saying, say thank you, 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 which is important in learning the sense of being with one another in gratitude. But what is the messages that are planted inside of you? What can you accept and believe that you deserve? Where are you focusing your attention on to fulfill this law of abundance within you? What do you deserve? Now, the surface might be that you deserve a happy, prosperous life and all good things. But on the deeper level, in that subconscious, there are those conflicting beliefs that are lying there, embedded in the cells of your being, in your psyche, that are pulling us out of alignment, and we are no longer feeling whole and worthy to receive. You know this when fear arises. And so the practice that we're going to do together in a few moments is just looking deeply at that. I'm going to invite Judy up to play in the background, because I can continue to share these words, but the real message is for you to feel it. This law of abundance connects to the love that you feel. And this abundance, this law of abundance, should be fulfilling you with positive feedback. You can feel it when you're in that space, when you're dancing, singing, and gardening, and doing what you love. But I want you to focus also to feel it in those areas when you are conflicted. It is there as well, because there is a vibration. Again, I go back to that divine energy, that divine grace, that energy, that pulse that is calling for us to no longer grasp or reach and shut off this abundance, but just to be with it and not try so hard to get it. So, as Judy starts to play, I invite you to be very still and comfortable. Shift yourself. If you've been sitting and you're feeling sleepy, stand up and stretch, but come back into your body. And remember, we're looking at releasing this idea of grasping and simply allowing. It's such a different feeling. Receiving. Notice the times when you have been pushing or striving to get something, money, attention. Notice as you paint that story in your mind, feel the contraction that you might feel as you envision that. And then feel it loosen up when you actually witness something that you love that you're doing. Someone, something that you love. Something beautiful comes your way and you feel the expansive heart open and the wholeness is received. You're open to the flow. You're in the law of abundance. But we're going to practice going into the well-being boat. Keep relaxing. just letting go into the moment. Relaxing. Closing your eyes, putting your attention on your breathing. Don't try to change your breath. Just notice. It will naturally change just by putting your attention on it. You will breathe in, breathe out. Your body and your mind are beginning to relax more deeply. You may feel tension in your shoulders, in your hips, or in your knees, but it's beginning to release. You're feeling it because it's longing to be released. You may start to feel that you are sinking deeper into the moment, gravity pulling you deeper. You are connecting with the one energy, the one source. It is pulling you deeper into the relaxation. You're watching your breathing in, breathing out. You are breathing in, breathing out. And you're scanning what you feel in this moment. And then I ask you the question, is there any grasping anywhere right now in your body or your mind? Can you feel it as a felt sense? Is there an area in your life you've been working on? Thoughts may come up right now. You may be in the middle of a great challenge. You may find the tension, the tightness in your body indicating that you've been reaching, grasping for your answer, grasping for resolution, grasping for love, grasping for resolution of conflict. Are you? The felt sense of that, are you grasping? If you are, let it go. If there's something that needs tending to in your life, you can do that later. Right now, just let go. Let go. Let love flow. Let go. Don't plan, don't think. Don't make anyone right. Don't make yourself right or wrong. Just be letting go. Just notice letting go. Even for an instant, just let go. Now imagine that you're sitting in such a comfortable boat right now. It's floating. You're free. You're going down the river of light, love, joy, rejuvenation, and aliveness. This could be any kind of boat you want it to be, but it's being guided by your true heart. It's being aligned with the law of abundance. It's pointing right now as you look into your vision, into everything that resonates with your purest heart. On this boat is everything that you will ever need. As soon as you need something, it appears. Love, companions, food, music, everything is bestowed upon you to bring you joy and to bring you wholeness and to allow your well-being to be a felt sense. You're on this cruise to relax and enjoy yourself, and the law of abundance is in action here. Everything is taken care of. You don't need to ask for a thing. As soon as you notice you want something, it is appearing, no matter how big, how small. Notice an impulse to do something, to take care of something, rest. Remember, it's already done. This is a vacation. You don't need to formulate a plan. You don't need to figure out how to experience or manifest anything here. Just simply relax and know that this boat is taking you where you need to go. And it will happen in the best way for you. Just relax. Your work is done. You are nurtured and healed. This is available to you now. The boat is floating along. The river current is taking you deeper into love, well-being, and relaxation. You are permeated with light, clarity, and healing. All good things are here for you. Just relax. Oh, dear one, just relax. Let the current of love take you. Just let go. You are fully and completely taken care of. There is no stress. Don't try to suppress it. All your concerns are taken care of. Just let it rise and let go. All knots are untangled. All healing is done. You are home. Nurtured, appreciated, and loved. Your work is done. You can relax. You don't need to take care of anything. Not even yourself. The work is done. You are receiving. You are receiving. You are receiving. It's the source energy pouring into you. There's no contracted place within you now. Allow this ever-flowing current to express this truth. Feel the love as it washes over you. Feel the wholeness. Feel and recognize the wonderful things that are surrounding you. Contemplate what you desire here. Stay open. Stay open in this gap, in this moment of time, of love, of truth. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi says, the purpose of life is the expansion of happiness. We pause. We breathe. We check in. And we seal this moment with a prayer, recognizing in this divine moment, by appointment, I am here. Wherever I go, whomever I meet, I bring them this gift, the gift of my true self, my most humbled self. And then I know that as I give from this place, this love pours effortlessly from me. Forgiveness flows from here. Love flows from here. I am ready for these divine holidays to express my gratitude and my love. And I am open to receive all that pours back into my life, into my experience. And I recognize every challenge is truly the gift to see my wholeness, to feel my way through, to allow myself to float gently with the laws of the universe, that I am forever supported, that as I give, I receive. Cheerfully, joyfully. I declare this truth now. Recognize that each one of our hearts has been softened, are open to receive, and we are now one with the truth. We glorify this moment, celebrating a sense of rising to our true self, and a sense of wholeness fills our entire being with a truth and a confidence and a courage and a willingness to simply be our true self. Thank you, God, for the music and the pauses between each note that allows us to more deeply listen and to infuse this truth in the seeds of our deepest knowing. Thank you, God, for the release of suffering. My suffering is released, and so it is. Thank you. Charlie.
Thank you, Reverend Sue. That was very inspirational and very moving. And thank you, Judy, for the music behind the words. So at this moment, this is the normal time we would do our offertory, but I'll just remind everyone that if you want to continue supporting our center or start supporting the center, you can go to our website, and there's opportunities to do it that way. You can go to our Facebook page. There's opportunities to support the center, or you can do it by mail. There's various ways to support the center, and we ask for your support and for those on the pledge program to really consider continuing your pledge. We are a vibrant, ongoing community, and more than ever during this pandemic, we are here for you, whether it be through Zoom or Facebook Live, or if you need prayer support, we're always available. So we want to keep this going, and as you give, it comes back to you in many, many different ways through the law of giving and receiving. So thank you so much for all that you give, whether it be your monetary gifts or through your service. So now I think we have a closing song from Dalton, and we'd like to thank everybody for joining today, and just remember that we're here for you, and have a wonderful day.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me, I open my eyes and say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love, only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love, only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
So another beautiful Sunday for you to enjoy the beautiful weather, and we're excited because there's a crew starting tonight to film our Christmas Eve service, so we look forward to that. It will be Facebook Live on Christmas Eve at 7 o'clock, and it's going to be an awesome production, so it begins today. So thank you for joining us today.
I'm going to go buy something,
What are you gonna
because I
buy?
deserve it.
Oh, yes, you do.
Goodbye.